we can. And so I hope you enjoyed it, even if you may have seen it earlier this year. Welcome to the May edition of our mayoral updates meetings that we've been doing this year. And our guest this day is the Village of East Alton Mayor Darren Carlton. And before I turn it over to Darren, as always, you're all welcome to put anything you wish into the chat. Or if you have a question and want to be heard, we can unmute you after Darren's done talking. But we're going to hear everything about East Alton here in a minute or two. And you'll have the ability to ask the mayor anything you wish afterwards. I want to remind everybody our next meeting is on the 26th of June. We will have City of Grafton Mayor Mike Morrow, and that'll be followed July 17th by State Representative Amy Ellick. So we're going to deviate a little bit from the mayoral updates and get something a little more regional. So with that, Mayor, I turn it over to you. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you for letting me come and talk about East Alton. Many of you may or may not know I was born and raised in East Alton, so East Alton's in my blood. I love the town. Even those few years that I wasn't working at the police department or the mayor, my wife and I didn't even have a chance or even thought about moving out of town. We just love the town so much. So real quickly, with what's going on in East Alton, I'd be amiss. Most of you have heard about it and seen it. Our big news this past year was the Veland or Wheeland, depending on how you want to pronounce it, $500 million investment that they have committed to the here in East Alton for improvements and additions. Hopefully that'll get started underway here. I know they're doing some other things with some infrastructure stuff, some things that we had to sign and get going. And with that improvement from Veland, the Village of East Alton is going to get it, hopefully receive around $5 million so we can then improve our water plant to meet the needs of Veland and their increases, also meet the needs of our other industry in town and our citizens with the water rates and being able to make more water for those things. A couple other things that are happening and that are popping around town. If you haven't seen it, the old movie theater on Eastgate Plaza is now being renovated. It's about a $1.2 million project, and we're happy to have Pysal Armory coming into town. We're really excited about that. Todd and Julia Kennedy are doing a great job over there at Eastgate. Not only do we have the Pysal Armory coming in, there's a couple other new places that have showed up over there. One of them is Dorothy's Tea Room, which opened several months ago. That's a nice place to stop and get a sandwich at lunch. They also have a brunch on Saturday and Sunday mornings, which is also nice. And then opening sometime around Labor Day, Memorial Day, is Blair and Briley Cafe Creations. That's going to go in that area down there, what they call the food court type area, right next to Mr. Poncho's and Dorothy's in that area, food affair. And they're going to specialize in espressos, smoothies, bubble tea, things like that, and some homemade desserts. That's what's big going on in town. I just want to add, and what I'm excited about with what the village has done over the last 2 years, 2.5 years, almost 3 years that I've been the mayor. It has been 3 years, is we was able to add, one of the things that I wanted to do when I became the mayor, we had 10 policemen. I wanted to increase that. We've increased that now to 12, and we're in the process of hiring a 13th. We haven't had 13 policemen in East Alton since 1997. So I'm excited about that, to get more officers if we can get people interested in being police officers again. We've had some struggles with getting applicants and of that nature. Some other improvements at the police department. We got was able to get a $250,000 grant when Rochelle Crow was our senator. And with that money, we improved the police department. We added a fenced-in Sally port in the back for safety, redid the parking lot back there, and then did some things inside to make a ADA accessible bathroom and fix the kitchen area for the guys when they go in. for their events and things like that. We also just recently received an $80,000 grant to improve our ball fields down at Van Prater Park. Grant was received last year, and they did that this past fall. So this year will be the first year that they'll be playing on those new diamonds. Hopefully they'll turn out pretty good. So what else is going on in East Alton? I want to just tell you some stuff that I wanted to do also. And one of my keys here when I became mayor is I wanted to have more events for kids. And I wanted those events to be free. So I kind of want to run through what we are excited about here in town that are free events for our children and our kids here locally, being East Alton school districts, things of that nature. One of the things that we got coming up is actually Saturday, the 18th at Keesler Complex, actually in the back at Lions Park. We have Kids to the Park Day that runs from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Kids can come in. We're going to have some kickball tournaments. I think we've got a bubble thing coming over. We'll have hot dogs and chips and drinks for the kids. So that's a free event for our kids. Something else that's village-wide, some of you probably haven't even thought about this. We have zip code day this year. On June 20th is 6/20/24, 62024. That's our zip code. So we're having what we call a zip code day here at Village Hall. We're going to run that probably between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. We're going to have our village trucks come over. We're going to try and get Veland and Winchester and Rosewood Heights, those people that are in the 62024 zip code, to come down, set up down here at Village Hall, have kind of like a walk around with the vehicles and stuff. We're going to have some hot dogs and some chips and some drinks, and that's free also to the community. Three of our big events for the kids. We're going to be in our 6th year. This August the 3rd is our back to school event. It's our annual back to school event. This is where we give away clothing for East Alton kids and East Alton School District kids. Also runs into the high school. And what happens on this event is we have shoppers. We have over probably 30 to 50 volunteers who will go with the child or children, and they have a set time that they shop. We go through the shopping. Each child gets 3 new outfits: pants, shirts, shoes. They get underwear. They get girls get undergarments also. They have personal hygiene items, backpacks filled with backpack supplies, age appropriate. Haircuts are given out free. Nails are done. And then we have a local church who also gives out the backpacks. Will provide a meal that day free of charge. So this is our 6th event, which is put together by my wife, Robin, and Suzette Cramner. They've been doing this for now 6 years, and we've got to the point now with donations, monetary donations. When we started, it was new or gently used clothes. Now it is strictly all new clothes. We have enough money that comes in through donations, and we're always seeking more donations. So if somebody's out there needing to donate something, we'll be more than glad to take it. Last year, we started, the very first year we had it, we serviced about 130 kids. Last year, we cut it off at 200 because that's about all we can do. Last year, we had about 210 that showed up and was able to get clothing, backpacks, and things of that nature. So that's a big event. That's free to the children. Of course, we're probably in our 27th, 28th year soapbox race for fun. That is September the 7th, 2024. That comes down Birchar Hill. That's always a fun event for not just East Alton kids. That anybody can come from wherever. Cost a couple bucks to enter the race. However, we pretty much, if you're from East Alton and you're an East Alton child, we'll pretty much give that to you for free. And then the last thing that, before I get to that, something else that we have for the village, we're doing our 2nd annual food truck festival. That is October the 6th, down at Van Prater Park. Last year, we probably had 400 or 500 people come down through there at those food trucks. We probably had about 7 or 8 food trucks, maybe more than that. This year, we're planning for a bigger event. We're going to have a big bags tournament that's going to be sponsored. We're talking about doing a car cruise in for these antique vehicles that people like. We're kind of setting, we're trying to get that set together to run that. So that is our food truck festival, October 6th, Sunday. And we have a DJ. We'll have a lot of kids events on that day too for kids to do stuff. And then the last thing that we do village-wide for the kids, which is free event, is our night of Christmas. This is about our 3rd or 4th year for our night of Christmas. That is put up right here at Village Hall. That is set for December the 7th. It's a one-night event. We have a Santa cottage out front, all lit up with Santa Claus inside. The kids can come see Santa Claus. We'll get something from him. They'll come into the Village Hall. The mayor has a station where I give away things. The women's club usually gives away hats and gloves. We have characters that you can get pictures taken with. Our village clerk, Lori Palmer, she does reindeer games. She has games in her office. And then the Grinch has his own little lair in the council chambers. And when they go in there and the Grinch is in there, then they have gifts that each child gets. We collect these gifts all over the year. Again, my wife was big instrumental in getting this together. She always wanted to get back to the old days where you could go into a little house and see Santa Claus like we could when we was younger kids. Last year we had before I go into that, we do that here at Village Hall, and then we serve chili and hot chocolate out of the mayor's office, which is free. And then over at the Vital Services Building, the police department, aka the museum, we have a Christmas tree voting event, and then the museum has things going on upstairs, decorated for Christmas. And the last couple of years, they've had carolers come. Last year, we probably had well over 200 kids with the parents and such. We probably had over 400 or 500 people coming through Village Hall on that night. We're excited about that. Again, that's a free event. And we get people from all, we just don't get East Alton people, but we get everybody on that. So we try and keep it geared for local as much as we can, but we're okay if people come out. I think we always ask for reservations on that just so we know how many people we have and so we know how much chili to make. So that's what's been going on in East Alton. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the things that we do. I think we do things and we're getting back to that. Let's get our families together and do some fun things with our family and not just send our kids off to play, just bring in the whole family and get to have some fun times.
I love it. I can tell your enthusiasm for it. A lot going on in a small community, which is a very good thing. But there's one thing I noticed in any of these events that you were telling us about. There's no dunking booth for the mayor to be dunked.
Now,
possibly
last
in
year,
the future?
Last year at Soapbox, we had a dunking booth. The mayor got in there, the chief of police, a couple other police officers. I don't know if we'll do it this year or not, but I'm always game for that. I'll do that all the time.
Okay, well, I knew you used to, but I didn't hear you promoting it this year.
No,
so
I don't know that we're going to have it this year, so we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. And I know your wife's passionate about the back to school day. As a matter of fact, I think Debbie and Stephanie helped her out a little bit last year, 23. So we're always happy to do that as well. Does anybody have any questions for Darren? Melissa, you always seem to come up with a couple of good ones. So I'm looking forward to you putting some that, well, you just did. Okay, now I have to get my glasses in order to read it though. Who can I contact for more information about Zip Code Day? She would like to promote it for you.
Just
the Illinois
Village
Business
Hall.
Journal, Darren.
Just contact Village Hall. The water clerk is putting together something. We'll have something out on Facebook here in a couple of days. We're waiting we got a shirt design for it. So it'll be a shirt. Basically, it's going to be the state of Illinois with the star where East Alton is, and it'll say 62024, and then celebrating Zip Code Day. Once we get that design and we get it back from the printer, that's what we're going to do. We'll stick something out on Facebook. We'll take some early orders if you want a shirt early. You can order that, pay for that, and we'll get those to you. So basically, more information right now. We're getting just things together. We're in the preliminary stages. Hopefully by next week, we have our city council meeting and committee meetings, staff meetings next week. I'll get some more information, but Village Hall will have that information. The water clerk, my secretary, Lori, at the village clerk's office will have any information that we can give you up front. But once we get it all tied down, we'll have some Facebook posts.
Good. We'd be happy to help you promote that too. I think you could, I think a lot of people might buy the shirts. That's kind of unique and different and local. So
yeah,
all tied in together. All right. And Melissa just put out there that their deadline is next Wednesday. So she's going to check in with Lori to see what she can get into the paper. So,
okay.
And again, that's the Illinois Business Journal. So does anybody have anything else for the mayor before we let you go have lunch?
Great presentation. It was great to hear some of the things, the very cool, neat things that you're doing there. So well done.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Oh yeah, small intimate group, but I'm glad you were all here. So before I end it, I'm going to remind you that our next mayoral update, again, it'll be on the 26th of June. We do them on a Wednesday, but the third Wednesday or second Wednesday is Juneteenth holiday, state holiday. So we will be doing it on the 3rd, and that's the 26th of June at noon, City of Grafton, Mayor Morrow, and then followed by July 17th, State Representative Amy Ellick will be on. Appreciate you all being here, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it much.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.